Hey, hello everybody. Uh, this is a early self-portrait, and like I said, it was early. It was in the beginning of my painting career, like about 2 years ago. Anyway, I'd like to say something about Van Gogh. Everybody knows that I think Van Gogh in a lot of his paintings, he looks like he's 6 years old. However, the guy really was number one. I mean, he really was. The colors alone, the colors just, I mean, they just stand out. You know what I mean? This guy was unreal. So anyway, I was doing some research on Van Gogh, and I read that he has over 35 self-portraits. And the reason why he has so many is not because of vanity, but because Van Gogh could not paint by memory. He had to have a model, and he was broke, so he couldn't hire models. And he wanted to perfect painting portraits, so he painted the next best thing, which would be himself. And you know what's weird is I did the exact same thing before I knew about Van Gogh. I did the exact same thing. I figured if I could paint myself, then I could paint anybody. So right now I have 5 self-portraits, and believe me, they get better. This one, this is, like I said, this is the beginning, and I don't really think it's the best. But that's another thing Van Gogh taught me was to save everything you paint, no matter how bad you think it is, save it. Like I said, he has 35 self-portraits, but I believe he had more than that because he sent a lot of paintings to his mother, and his mother promptly threw them in the trash. She didn't like him. She didn't like his style. She didn't like anything about his paintings, so she threw them away. And we don't know how many paintings she threw away. We don't know. They're gone. So anyway, like I said, I think he had more than 35. Um, by the way, if you saw the video I put up yesterday, I'm very sorry about that. I thought that I had deleted the audio out of that video, but obviously I didn't. And what the audio was, I was listening to a YouTube channel with this woman who rants and rages, 24/7. And like I said, I thought I deleted the audio from the video, but obviously I didn't, and I'm sorry that it was on there. Okay. Um, okay, to get back to Van Gogh and not being able to paint by memory, we know that's true because Theo, who was Vincent's brother, asked Gauguin in Paris to go and live with Vincent because Theo was worried about his brother. So Gauguin was the artist who painted the South Pacific. He's got the paintings of the island girls and the tropical island scenes and all of that. So Gauguin, he already knew Van Gogh, and he said, "Yeah, okay, I'll go." And that was when Van Gogh lived in Arles, France. So um, uh, Gauguin went there. All right. Well, that didn't last long. It only took a while, a couple months, and Van Gogh uh, threatened Gauguin with a razor blade, and Gauguin ended up leaving and went back to Paris. But Gauguin reported that Van Gogh could not paint from memory. He had to have a model. He just couldn't do it, no matter what it was. If it was a wheat field or sunflowers, or if it was a portrait or anything, he just could not paint from memory. He had to have a model. So that's why Van Gogh has over 35 self-portraits. Like I said, it wasn't from vanity. It was because he was trying to practice to paint a portrait, and he couldn't afford models all the time, so he painted himself. Which, like I said earlier, that's exactly what I did. It's so weird, man. It's just weird. I've got a lot of similarities with this guy, And the more I learn about him, the weirder it gets because, um, like I said, I figured if I could paint my own portrait, that I could paint anyone. And as a matter of fact, I have a painting that I'm working on now. It's a painting of a woman and a little girl, and it's almost finished. I will put it up when it's finished, um, but I'm pretty happy with it right now. I mean, it looks pretty good. Uh, I never went to school for this. I never took 5 minutes of a class of how to do this. Everything I'm doing is just, trial and error, mostly error. But, when something comes out good, I always say that, well, it happened by accident. That's about that's about the only way I can sum it up. When something, comes out and I'm happy with it, I just blame it on accident. That's all. I mean, it's just very strange that the similarities between me and this guy, Vincent Van Gogh. I hope I don't kill myself one day. You know what I mean? I'm trying hard not to do that. So um, we'll see what happens. If you notice back in the beginning of the painting or at the end of the painting, you'll see it also. Uh, I signed it on the left hand side. I don't sign my name, I just use my initials. DBL is the way I sign a painting. And what I do is each month is color coded. So like I said, if you look at the beginning, you'll see a little rectangular box on the bottom left, and the box is black. Now, if the box is black, then that means it was painted in June. All the months are color coded. Um, if it's signed on the left hand side, then that means it's acrylic paint. If it's signed on the right hand side, then that means it's oil. A before O, so A is on the left, acrylic, and O is on the right for oil. But anyway, the little box that the initials are on top of will tell you what month it was painted on. And then on the back, it has the year. So this one is June of, of 2019, I believe. Anyway, um, like I said, hopefully the paintings will get better. I mean, I'm not really trying to teach anyone how to paint because I'm learning myself. I don't know what I'm doing. If something comes out and it looks halfway okay, well, like I told you earlier, I just blame it on accident. Really, truly, that's, I don't sit down and have something in mind. Like a self-portrait. Okay, yeah, of course. I sit down and I say, all right, I'm gonna paint the self-portrait. And that's how it comes out. But for the most part, the painting changes as I go along. For the most part, it doesn't. I really don't begin these things with a plan. I've talked to other people and I've seen videos on YouTube where they say, you should have a plan and you should stick with the plan all the way through. Well, my brain doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. I'm lucky my brain works at all. So anyway, there you go. Well, there's the my initials there, DBL on the bottom left, and you can see that little box is black. The black is for June. All right. So anyway, that's about it. I hope things will get better, and I hope everybody stays healthy and happy. And I will catch you all on the next one. See you later. I gotta go. I gotta eat. Okay, now how do I shut this thing off? Let me see. Oh, it's this button right here.